Hello, girls and boys, how's it going? Welcome to the vlog where I take you on a journey from Pune to DevOpsCon Berlin. Beautiful ghats of Pune, and of course, you gotta do a stopover at the Udupi and enjoy a lovely Uttapa along the way as you approach Mumbai International Airport. And as you glance through the airport, you obviously have to look at what is the latest daru in town and how much it is selling for. I'll pick up some on the way back, but for now, let's just glance through it. And I really love taking a stroll on the airport, just observing how people spend their time, how they loiter around, families sitting together, spending time. Every once in a while, you see a group of friends chilling out over beer. It's fascinating to watch. And then I was feeling a little bit hungry, so I started looking at the shops and I looked at the rates, some bloody expensive stuff, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Had some food and then put in my noise cancelling headphones. It's an absolute must if you are doing frequent flight travels. Put on some music and then started doing some work, some last minute prep work that I had to do on the slides as I waited for my flight to go. And I love watching the clouds from the flight. Most of the times I try and get a window seat, if not an aisle one, and it's beautiful to watch the clouds go by and think your thoughts, clear out your brain. This is me time at its best. And as I land at Doha, here is the iconic teddy bear, I think it's called. And the Doha airport is filled with beautiful white big screens. And this is the teddy bear that you must, of course, get a picture with as well. So why not? There you go. And it's like I was saying, the airport is filled with large big screens screaming out stuff. Just general advertising propaganda going on here and there. And then I started loitering around the airport, just checking out stuff. Again, observing people, learning what they do. Here was a school team, I think it was from Thailand. A group of kids, Indonesia, yeah. Group of kids just having fun, just being themselves. And it's fascinating to watch at such international airports. You see people from different places. Oh, that's Hermes, the famous brand, and I think that is Louis Vuitton. So cool to see these huge showrooms. Once in a while, visit them, see what's going on. जरा औकात पता चलती है बंदे की क्या ले सकते हो क्या नहीं ले सकते हो. It's good to know, right? And then just move around the airport, try to go to your gate, see how people from different countries are behaving. It's beautiful. I really love this part of travel. And right within the middle of the airport, what was this? I think this was Dior. Yeah, the Dior showroom. And just like that, there is an Apple showroom in the middle of the airport. अपना टपरी लगा के खड़े Apple वाले. It's good fun. The gold, of course, right? Middle East, so you'll have to find a lot of gold. Bought some gold once in a while from here. The gold here is very different from what you get in India. Arguably a little bit cheaper and much more purer gold. So if you ever fancy a visit to the Middle East, definitely get some gold. If that's not your dream, then look at some sexy cars. There are a lot of raffles. You see these luxury draws going on. So you put in a raffle, and if you're lucky, you can win one of these Porsches, Lamborghinis. Oh, this is a McLaren. Yeah. So this was a McLaren, and then I think I took some other pictures as well. I really like that red car. That's the Ducati bike. Uske piche wala red car. I really like that. So I took a picture with it because that's what we do. Yeah, this was a beautiful one, Merc, and yep, that's the picture that I took. And then it was time to go to my terminal, so I went on their tram, whatever it's called. It's a nice ride, quick, aisa 4-5 minute ride to my gate. It was fun to watch. Yeah, this was another interesting thing. I saw this Oreo creation. It said it is the world's first Oreo special uh, restaurant at an airport. Everything is from Oreo. So if you're an Oreo fan, this is your jam. All dishes made from Oreo, and world's first at an airport. You see right there, some lady taking pictures. And this is another beautiful part of the Doha airport where they have a garden, a nice waterfall right in the middle of the airport. A beautiful place, very refreshing. You can go sit down at the garden for a while. They have beautiful chirping bird music. Then I saw this. I was fascinated. This is service animal area. Let me know in the comments what this is. And then I started doing some LinkedIn stuff. You see, discipline came out. Hint from God. Yep, I was putting in my miles, doing the work as I was waiting for my flight to come through. And I'll just spin around the camera, have a look at how people are just, tired from roaming around, and they're just waiting for their stuff to be done. And it's 12:40 in the morning, just waiting for my flight to come. And I checked the time in India, and it's 3:10 India time. And just like that, we've landed in Berlin. Just going out of the airport, and then came the fun part, because I had to pick up a train. So I went to this vending machine, and everything was in obviously German. So I changed the language, went to English, and then I had to go to a station called Frederick Weiss something. I typed that, and छह थे वो नाम के station. Couldn't figure out which one to go, but finally found out the right station, bought the ticket. The train ticket was some 5 euros, and the cab was about 110 euros. So must 100 euros saved. Train was very, very comfortable, and of course everything is in German, but you can figure out where you're going, right? And then I saw another train pass by. It was good. And you see those bike signs? Those are the places where you can take your bike and you can get on the train as well, because people love to bike here, cycle here. So you can just take your cycle in the train itself. So that was good fun. Nice, about 45 minutes, I think an hour's of train drive. Good fun. And this was the Berlin train station, 3 levels. देखो नीचे train है, and then ऊपर 3 levels. I do go in again. See the train there, level 1, level 2. And that is one guy who's chilling out at the station. And if you I was just trying to figure out, let's eat something. Early morning time, and I'm hungry, and Germany mein you cannot go hungry. Always lot of food around. So I got a nice little sandwich, and there we go. Sudhaj eating lovely German sandwich. And फिर थोड़ा गला सूखा, तो got myself a fresh orange juice. Then I went outside. There's a tram going on. This is just outside the train station. Just having a look around, trying to figure out whether to take a cab now. Yeah, the cab from here to the hotel was very close by, about 5 minutes drive. So I took a cab to the hotel, reached there, saw DevOpsCon, Berlin, and entering my room now. Very close to the presidential suite. Not there yet, but very, very close to that. So I entered the room, and I'll show you the room around as well. Decent room. And as you enter, see, that's the room. That's the door. Lucky. And that's me. And as we look around, let's look around the room and see what it is. And I saw something there. I went to check it out, and it's Haribo. This is the famous gummies, and a note from the hotel saying something, I think welcome, something like that. And then some stuff from the hotel, basic stuff. And then this nice view. table where you can do your stuff, coffee, nice abstract art, and then of course wine glasses, because you're in Europe. Why not? Right, so let me show you outside now. So very nice and sunny, warm days, good weather, perfect weather to be in Europe is actually. Yeah, nice and warm and sunny. And that's the room. Oh, that's a fancy lamp. Cool tha. और क्या? That's it. Of course, aircon तो on करना बनता भाई. And I started walking, and just like that, I landed in Bombay. Because भूख लगी थी ना. So just a restaurant very close by to the hotel. And when you look at the menu and you see chicken tikka masala, you know you're not in India. But tandoori chicken and lamb Bangalore makes you feel just right at home. So, मस्त खाना खाया वहाँ पे बढ़िया सा. Good food actually, and nice ambience there. And then started walking around, then saw this cool ice cream slush truck. I saw Kailash Parvat, Banta, under construction. And then my famous Jamie Oliver kitchen, one of my famous chefs. And this was a nice, river just rolling across the middle of Berlin. And took some nice view for you guys. There is this beer on tap which is available here. I think they serve beer in the boats as well. I didn't have time to do all of this stuff, but all you can do is take a picture. And as I was coming back, I saw this protest on the street. People nicely protesting. It was Veterans Day. So they were protesting against the war happening. So saw all of that and then came back to my room to get some shut-eye. Raat ko came to this doner kebab place. Very nice kebabs. ये kebab का variation है where they put it in a bread and you can have it, and saw some videos. I don't know what, some podcast I was watching, then did some chai, ready for the presentation tomorrow. There we go. Next day, DevOpsCon. And before that, let's have some breakfast. Let me show you around. This was the breakfast which was organized by the conference guys. So nice juices, some fresh fruits, and lots of nice nibbles, snicks and knacks around. The menu was obviously in German, so couldn't understand much, but I could only understand wrap sweet chili chicken. So that's the only thing I could make out, but the food was basic and good. Grabbed some fruits here, had that little wrap, and it was nice. And then got ready for the conference itself. You'll notice the theme of this blog is around food quite a lot. But that's how it is, right? When in Rome, do the Romans. When in Germany, do the Germans. And just a quick peek at what the conference, I think, this is where they were giving out the conference t-shirts. You see the guy sorting out the t-shirts and the queue to obviously get those t-shirts. And I saw this cool guy who decided to pose for me with the t-shirt. Thank you, dude. And others waiting patiently in the queue for their own t-shirts as well. Just generally loitering around, meeting some people, meeting some old colleagues. You bump into the same people at conferences. You kind of know the circle once you start going there. And then in the evening, we had a conference dinner. This is that.
I remember, the first iterations have been here in Berlin, and interestingly, in my career, I've run together with the team so many conferences, but it has been only the DevOpsCon conferences, among, 200 or more conferences, where we had during the conference some problems with the hotel. Once was a fire alarm,
And this is just the street outside the hotel. So this dinner was organized for all the speakers, and just took a stroll and people just chilling out by that river. Beautiful weather. Oh, careful. And then apni photo bhi to lena banta hai yaar. Why not? Some nice pictures by the river. And then back to the hotel, back to getting some work done. And if you see the time, it is 9:45 in the night. But the interesting part is, of course, cherries, fruits, very important. fruit तो खाने ही चाहिए भैया इंडिया से बाहर. If you look outside, it is still bright. It's still not night time because the sunset was around 10 p.m. तो अभी भी 15-20 मिनट है sunset होने में. You can see that. And then got back to work. I think I was preparing for my talk for the next day. As you work, you get hungry. And as you get hungry, then what do? You eat fruits. Because a boss of mine told me a long time back, he said, fruits or कच्चे India से भारी अच्छे. So that's me getting the cherries. So that's one of the things that I do when I go outside India. I always, first thing, I go to a supermarket, get some fruits, local fruits, whatever they have in that country, and I enjoy them during my stay there. And ye dekho, this is a very different thing. Their plugs are different. It's like in a khadda, right? So it's kids proof by default, and your switch goes in. Now I had an adapter. So this is the next day morning breakfast. This is not the organizer breakfast now. This is the breakfast from the hotel. So much larger spread, obviously a lot of bread. And this is a bread toasting machine. It's a cool device. You'll see a lot of it in Europe, different types of bread. And then Hajar type ka cheese, of course, because Europe. So cheese though you'll have it. And then different types of waffles again, pancakes, of course a lot of meat, ham, sausages, different types of dips. And what you see here is a type of fish, that grey thing. And these orange things are salmons. I don't like having salmon in the morning. So this is a butter vending machine, a very cool machine. You press that green button there. You can keep your bread underneath and it puts a nice layer of butter on that. It's a very cool vending machine. I really like that. And more meat around, more stuff around. This was another cool vending machine for juices, fresh juices actually. So you see a collection of juices. I decided the orange, and there you go. Fresh orange juice getting made and goes into the jar. You can choose any juice that you want from that menu and you'll have the fresh one. And here's my plate, my breakfast plate. So fresh fruits, why not? And then with the fresh fruits, I think I did an omelette that day. Yeah, make sure if you like your omelettes, you have to tell them how to do the omelette, either well done or medium rare. You have to specify all of that. Bread toast and apna orange juice. So that was my humble breakfast that day. And then back to the conference. Time for my session. I had a great session, lot of attendance, lot of good fun. And then after that I decided to go out for a while because I had some time that day. And this is me standing right outside the hotel waiting for my cab. That's the hotel, and that's the famous Berlin beer that you see in the background. You get a lot of these stuffed toys as well there. So very famous monument if you're in Berlin. Then I took the cab, went through the city, saw some nice monuments. I'm not sure what they were, but you see those colorful things, those are sitting places where people usually sit and chit chat. It was outside the university. And I came to the Berlin War Memorial Museum. And you see this? These are the border troops, the GDR. They installed this near the Berlin Wall so that people would not cross over. Very, very chilling experience here in this museum. And they had all sorts of pictures from during the wartime, 1950s, 60s. That's Berlin, West Berlin, 1963. Very, very somber environment, very, very humbling, and a very, very chilling experience in this museum. And then as I walked around the place, I found out these headset kind of things. They have actual recordings from those times, and these are speakers, and you can pick up the speaker and put it on your ear and then select the recording that you want to hear. It could be from a movie. And then I started walking around towards the actual Berlin Wall to see what it was about. You see these yellow things? So you press them and then you wait for the signal to go green. And that's how you cross the road. So folks have started crossing, even though it's not. Yeah, now it's turned green. No, it's still red. So I was waiting. I don't know why these girls crossed. So you see guys going on. And oh, there you see it's green now. Now it's time for me to go. So that's how you cross the road. This is there in most of Europe. That's what I've seen. So we cross the road over, and there you see a lot of these monuments. And then this is where the wall used to be, a part of the wall. This is where it used to be. It's been cordoned off now. It's really hot that day, but it's a very, very different feeling when you are next to that wall. What a piece of history. What a time. And we're so fortunate to be alive in 2025 when these kind of walls do not exist. But what a time to be alive at that time. And then I went to this amazing place. It's right next to the wall, but they've preserved a section of that wall. And you see people there. You can actually peek in here. And they've preserved this area. You see this? This is part of the actual Berlin Wall. So they've cordoned off. This is how the wall used to look like. And you see behind there the Berlin Wall Memorial Museum where I was earlier. But this is a piece which is actually cordoned off. And today's girls just watching the phone. You see a lot of these trams with mothers putting their kids. I love this. Skinny people are easier to kidnap. Stay safe. Have schnitzel. And time to eat again. Because why not? Yeah, so this was my salad. A side of salad. And I had some pretty interesting things I'll show you next. This is cream on top of a jacket potato. It's basically baked potato loaded with cream and some herbs. And then a nice steak to go with it. And some garlic bread. On the way back, I saw this guy. Must. And then back at the time to go back home. So this is some nibbles at the airport. Fries and fish and chips actually. Fried fish, classic British style fish and chips. And then time to sit into the flight going back from Berlin. Flying off from Berlin. Oh, here we go. Take off. Nice little flight. Had a lovely trip. Met some good friends. Learned a lot of technology. Had some awesome food that you've seen. Overall, a great trip. And then I saw something really interesting. A whole lot of windmills. Right around some city. I'm not sure what city it was. Probably in Germany. I'm not too sure. But a lot of windmills. And a huge travel later. Back to Mumbai. Back to Amcha Maharashtra. Vada Pav rules. No doubt about that. Nothing beats Vada Pav and Kadak Chai. See you in the next one.